week, what a week, what a week. Here we are again. Happy
Hello.
Monday.
How are you all doing? Hopefully we're making sense. Oh gosh, there's a whole bunch of peeps here. So we have Gilda and Susan and Yoff and Hello Wendy and Logan and Peggy and Jess and Savannah and Donna, who's also on the wrong account from Brooklyn. But
that's fine.
We know Donna's a channel member. That doesn't matter. So, and we Gribbit, whoever that is.
That's Shauna.
Shauna, there you go.
All right.
Marvellous. And Yoff has started us off with the first super chat. Thank you, Yoff. That's also. Hello from the Catskills. Well, Catskills are nice this time of year.
Is there a dusting of snow yet up there?
Oh, and Heather. Hello, Heather. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So that's cool, isn't it? We got the gang here. Well, the gang is gathering slowly. We set a goal because our clucks desperately need a new hen house, peeps. So we'll do another book club tonight.
The price of wood is stupid. It's much
insane.
cheaper to build your own than it is to buy one, but holy crap.
It's getting up there the similar sort of bloody cost. It's ridiculous.
Oh, I think somebody else is that. Who else showed up there with the L?
Heather, where?
The bottom, last one.
That's Logan.
Okay.
That's Logan.
I can't see with my glasses on or off, so you have to tell me.
And Shauna says no snow yet.
Okay.
No snow yet. We got a tiny dusting yesterday. Not really even a dusting. It just snowed a little bit.
Yeah.
Since we were coming out, we had Craft of the Wise yesterday. Not Craft of the Wise. I'm sorry. Our tarot class yesterday, and I'm coming out the door, and I said, "You know, it smells like snow." And we'd already asked the blessed Siri, the honoured one, you know, is it actually going to snow or is it going to rain?
She said,
there's no chance of rain in
today,
the forecast.
Yeah.
There's no chance of snow.
But my knee knew better.
It smelt like snow. It smelt like snow. So winter is closing in. I dug out my thermal overalls so I can continue working outside without, becoming an icicle. Mm-hmm. Which it's the wind. It's the wind. It just goes straight through you. It's a lazy wind, as they say. Don't go round, you go straight through you. Thank you, Donna, for the super chat. That's awesome. For whatever reason, our bloody if this then that isn't working, I don't know.
Well, the lights don't flash. What a shame. Nobody has to be epileptic. Well,
it's nuts.
How about it, people? What a week, what a week. And what a week we have ahead of us. So I maybe am just noticing things more, but I don't recall a Mercury retrograde like this one.
Everything broke twice.
Oh my goodness, right? So it would break, you would fix it. The part that came to fix it wouldn't work or didn't fit. You'd have to send it back and get a new one. We got notifications that things were end of life and we had to upgrade and update things, and what is, this is not the time to try to do that kind of thing. This is probably not going to work till after Mercury goes direct, so just give it up. Thankfully, knock on wood, we didn't lose any major appliances, although several things did cost quite a bit of money to upgrade or redo. And, I've been barking since the summer of 24 about 2025. And we are now in the tail end of this crazy. So, I don't know if you've ever done a spiral dance or been part of that game, Snap the Whip, right? But the people on the end have to keep going faster and faster and faster. And it's almost like, whoosh, right? And we're kind of in the Snap the Whip tail end. I think it's going to get
it's just stuck in a loop.
Really interesting.
Every time I try to connect, it's asking me to sign in.
Could you tell me who just gave a super chat?
I can. It would be Susan as well.
Oh,
so
thank you.
I give
All right. So
if this then
there's
him no work.
Some good things, but the intensity and the propensity for us to get focused on or stuck in the bad things is tough.
It is.
Right.
And I have to say, I've not been myself of late. I've been a cantankerous bugger.
Well, I think you have
And
some...
I apologise profusely to anybody I've offended or upset because...
He's been a jerk.
Thank you. Love it.
I told
That's
him
very
yesterday.
helpful.
Yesterday I told him I was going to kick him out of class because he couldn't behave.
Teaching the bloody class, for God's sakes.
Oh, gosh.
I don't
Anyway.
know. No,
well,
I've
that's
been
where
a
we're at.
cantankerous bugger. Everything's got on top of me, and
Well, this
it's
is
not
what
my.
the-
It's not my nature.
Well,
to-
this is where we are, right? If you... The last thing I have written here, it says, we really need to check our reactions to the chaos, right? And all the negative stuff, because we could get lost in there and become very emotional. All right. So
Well,
it's-
people are disagreeing and saying I'm not a cantankerous bastard, but I'm not sure. I think I was. To be
Yeah.
honest.
all right. So we
But-
have Cass. Oh, but first we have Rhonda.
Yeah, we have Rhonda,
Helena.
yeah, Rhonda,
And Cass.
and Cass. There you go.
All right. So this week,
This week,
well, you know Mercury's retrograde.
I think I'm just going to crawl into a blanket fort.
Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. And its opposition, what it has to reckon with, what it has to find a common ground or a compromise with, is Uranus in Taurus. So you have this, I don't know how to communicate. There's all this trouble with commerce. There's all this trouble with creativity. There's all these blocks in trying to talk to each other. Having to reckon with chaos, disruption, eruption, breakage.
Breakage. Everything friggin'
Right?
breaking.
I
right
mean,
now.
I
It's
think we're really
ridiculous.
lucky that we didn't have any more really
Seismic
damaging
event.
seismic activity.
We're not
I
out
was
the
really
woods yet,
worried about
kid.
this, and I'm still, a bit stressed about this week. But on a personal level, it almost feels like there's nowhere to hide. You know, like sometimes we have a big task, and we know that it's going to take a while, and we have to keep working away at it. But we have a place to have respite from that.
Ha. You do?
But
I
but
don't.
this week coming, you may feel like there is no place to hide for respite.
I felt
Right.
that way for quite a while, actually.
We still have that energy of almost perfection of a grand trine.
Which ought to be a good thing.
Between Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury. So normally that would be very helpful and a very good aspect, right? We'd have our thoughts, Mercury, that we could bring into creative reality, Saturn in Pisces, and then they could be expanded upon in a positive way, Jupiter in Cancer.
Except.
Except
Pardon me. I'm
both.
sorry.
They're all in the very. They're very difficult positions, and this week we're also going to see Saturn's station to move direct, which all of the people who are finishing Saturn returns will be very happy about that, and it's going to move forward on into Aries the beginning of next year. And Mercury's going to station to go direct, so that's going to help. But it's a tough week. You have Mars squaring the nodes, right? So
Strikes me as like emotional chaos.
Mars is pushing you to take action, right? So if we think of like the south node as our toolbox and the north node as our way of using those tools, and then we have Mars, it says take action. But it's in a square, which means if you act, it might hurt, right? So you have Mercury retrograde, things breaking all over the place, trying to figure out what tools are in your toolbox, trying to figure out the best way to act. And then everybody is so over emotional because they're just exhausted that everything in their toolbox is a hammer while they beat the crap out of everything. It's a rough week. Let me see what else I have here. I said Wednesday the 26th is the good day this week because Venus will come into trine with Jupiter Saturn, and Venus on Wednesday will give us a chance to find the good, right? Because that's all that spiritual people need. If we're having a really tough time in a really place where we feel downtrodden and we can't get any kind of rest, once we start to count our blessings, then we can kind of dig ourselves out of that pit. So Wednesday is a day to give yourself some time at your altar, or to meditate, or just to try to cope with the chaos.
It's supposed to be the nicest weather day of the week as well, Wednesday.
Oh, okay. And
not so nice after Thanksgiving, though.
Thursday is Thanksgiving Day is the day that we're going to feel like a Thursday, Friday, we're going to feel like a bit of a pause, right? Yes, hang on till Wednesday.
You can hang on till Wednesday. It's only a couple of days.
Hang on till Wednesday. But we do have, again, the grand trine in water should be wonderful, but it's just overly emotional because of the configuration, the degree and whatever. Anyway, grand trines in water should be helpful, but I think what they're doing is really focusing us on our emotions and pressures. Then
yes, Logan, I believe it's going to be sunny on Wednesday. It's going to be a high of almost 60 degrees.
Oh, yay. All right. So I think if I had to say, what is the message?
Oh, hey, Laura of the North.
Okay. What is the message?
What
Thursday,
is the
Friday,
message?
holiday pause. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, tell me about the Mercury retrograde. When does Mercury go direct?
It's stationing direct on the 27th.
Which is...
But so that means that there's like that pause or stillness.
Which is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh,
so Thursday, Friday, Saturn and Mercury are I believe that's what I wrote.
I would suggest being mindful of what you utter at the Thanksgiving table.
All right. Well, no, oh, sorry. So Saturn on Thursday, Mercury on Friday. But yes, and then the moon on Saturday is going to join the grand trine. So on Saturday we have Venus, Mercury in Scorpio, Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn, Neptune in Pisces. And the moon will join that trine. So Saturday looks to be a good day too, if we can find the good. All right. So today and tomorrow might be a bit tough. Tomorrow, the moon and Pluto will be conjunct. So some pot-stirring crap might come forward. Some information that you don't want to deal with might come forward. Because let's not forget that Aquarius squares Taurus. So the moon and Pluto acting as one will be squaring. Well, no, the moon is going to square Uranus. Pluto's not. Because the moon will move a lot quicker. Pluto's staying at 1 degree Aquarius.
It's going to hang there for quite a while, probably. No,
so tomorrow the moon will first touch Pluto and set things off. And then it will square Uranus, so you'll have a harder time figuring it out. Wednesday's a good day. Find the good. Count your blessings on Wednesday. Muster up your strength to go deal with family. Thursday and Friday are kind of like somebody hits the hold button. But again, if you stay positive, you'll be okay. And Saturday looks like a positive day too, as we have the moon entering that trine. But I think what we really, really need to be aware of is not being frustrated with ourselves. That Mars square the nodes, right? The nodes are in Pisces, Virgo. So there's this tendency to be poor, pitiful me, and this tendency to get stuck in the minutia, right? To get stuck in the details. And then Mars is coming along in Sagittarius, and Mars says, I gotta be free, let's act, let's break free, let's break out, let's just quit, just F it, just go.
Smash it or burn it down.
But we want to keep track then of our long-term goals, right? How we react now. Is that going to help us reach our long-term goal health-wise? How we react now. Is that going to help us reach our long-term goal financially? How we react now. Is that going to help us reach our long-term goal in this relationship or our long-term goal spiritually, right?
So what you're saying is decisions made right now may have long-lasting repercussions.
We are still in that planting the seed thing, at long-lasting repercussions.
Repercussions, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
So we're in that deep vat of crazy stirring that I've been talking about for over a year and a half. We are in it now. Now till February is the most intense. And then as we move forward towards July, things will get a little better. But right now, these next couple of weeks, until we get to the full moon on the 4th, I think, that Gemini full moon, yeah.
What are you saying, run away?
I'm saying that these couple of weeks, like if you assess all of the changes and all of the things you have dealt with in 2025. How have you moved forward? How have you moved towards your goal? Take stock of the good things and the positive changes and the way you stood up and found courage and stood up and figured out problems. Count those blessings. Count that as something positive for yourself. But also think about all of the crazy stuff, unexpected stuff, intense stuff, life-changing stuff.
Stuff that just came out of left field.
That happened in this year.
Hurts a lot.
And you're going to condense that kind of thing into these next 2 weeks.
Oh my
right?
God. No.
Highs and lows, there's always a balance. So now more than ever, you need to get grounded. You need to get focused on the good things so they come into focus instead of letting the shit tsunami you. Try really hard not to say things you don't mean or you wouldn't mean in the long run.
Or at least put a filter on it.
Right? So if you are that frustrated or upset and you think you can't handle Thanksgiving dinner for whatever reason, don't go. Right? Rather to just be neutral and still than it is to go and
get into a fray.
Make something so regrettable you won't be able to fix it.
Because words once said are like rocks thrown, you can't really take them back.
Understand that everybody, all vessels, are in this place. So if you say something that they would normally be able to process, they may explode too. And it just escalates, right? Because that Jupiter in Cancer could be a good thing, but Jupiter expands bad things as well.
Yep.
So it's just a week I think to lay low, count your blessings, and just hold on to the things that you've done really well and think about all that you have overcome. I mean, crap just kept coming, like you said, out of left field. And then this past week, you've had to deal with things just letting you down, breaking.
Just breaking, literally breaking, just stopping working for no particular reason.
And
like,
you don't want to get to your breaking
right
point, right? You don't want to get to your breaking point. Wednesday, a day for meditation, a day to count your blessings. Thursday and Friday are going to be kind of stillness kind of energy. So what you prepare on Wednesday is what you're going to process Thursday and Friday.
If you can get yourself to a place of peace and power, So the little shit doesn't bother you, you know. Don't pet sweaty things, as the saying goes, or don't sweat the petty things. That's it. I knew it was something like that.
And then Saturday again, we have that moon energy coming, which is more emotional stuff. So
emotional intelligence is being called for right now. Seriously, be cognizant of how you are impacting others. That's key.
That's important.
That is really key.
And how you're letting others impact you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's a two-way street. Everybody, as Lisa said, every vessel is having to cope with this that's going, and it's not a picnic by any stretch of imagination. It's not a happy joy time by any stretch of imagination.
And I still think we could have some very big
climate or seismic events.
Yeah,
still could.
Earthquakes.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a doozy of a snowstorm brewing in the Midwest. I think they're going to get dumped on over Thanksgiving with about 12 plus inches, which is kind of interesting.
That's not much, only a foot.
Well, I know, but I ain't bloody ready. I mean, we've got the Clucks need a new house.
Everything
the Clucks
is
need a new
upside
house.
down.
Super chat hint.
Everything
Super
is
chat
upside
hint.
down.
So yeah, I mean, I found my yesterday. I mean, here's the thing. The thermostat, this is just how annoying things are. This was supposed to be like a 10-minute job just to put in a power adapter.
Yeah, our Nest thermostat
was end of life.
End of life. So had to buy a new
first
one.
generation.
Because they were cancelling it, they gave you some money off, but it was still like $100.
It was more than that. It was like $150 we had to pay for.
Every single time you turn around, you have to find another $100.
So this, of course, when we hooked it up, because we have just heating only at the store. It reported it had low power. It was working, but the Wi-Fi and all the fancy stuff wasn't working on it. So it suggested the only way I need to do is run a common wire or the way through a Google power adapter, which I fitted yesterday, which was an absolute see you next Tuesday. And a 10-minute job turned into an hour-and-a-half job, which frustrated everybody because we got plans to get out of work, and it was just...
We didn't. We stayed there till well after closing.
So it was like 7:30 by the time we finally got away.
And then we had the YouTube thing, so that we didn't get dinner till like 10.
Yeah, but it was a nice dinner. She made a beautiful dinner after that. It was really bloody nice. That anyway, just here's the thing. It didn't bloody work. So now I've got to go back today, Wednesday. I don't think today. It's probably going to be Wednesday before I get a chance to look at it. But I suspect the power transformer that I hooked it into, which is supposed to be 24 volts AC because that's what it requires, isn't 24 volts AC. It's enough to power the front doorbell, the Ring doorbell that we have, or the Nest doorbell, but it's not powering the thermostat as well. So I have another transformer I can jump in there, but this is just like so typical. You have to do everything chuffing twice in Mercury retrograde.
At least. Well, I mean, Danny and I, we worked on the Magickal year. I think we had to do that like 3 times.
Took you 3 times to pack the box?
Yesterday I'm packing a box for a statue, right? And we always make sure when we're done packing that we shake the box. All right, so I packed the box, it's the Morrigan. And then I realized behind me are her wings.
Oops, forgot them.
To put those in.
Might need them.
So open the box, put them in, tuck them down the side, strap it all up, shake the box. It's rattling. I said, oh my God, I hope to God I didn't break one of the wings when I put them in there. No, my thumb ring had come off in the box.
It's like a comedy of errors.
We can't find the tape dispenser. So
I got to check the back of the truck. It's possible I've stolen it.
The tape dispenser is gone. So maybe he stole it and forgot and put it in his truck because he was...
I was trying to
He was MacGyvering something with a paper clip.
I was, and
because something else had broken, right? Yeah. But now we can't find the tape dispenser, and we're like, well, it is in view. Maybe somebody stole the tape dispenser. It's been a crazy ass.
It's probably
week.
Me. I'll probably.
And those are little things. But these little things,
they
one of them is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back, right? Because you're just like, what in hell?
I've been and not helping things is I've not been myself.
No,
I think I've been like a bit of a, I don't know whether it's a med interaction or something. Yeah, but I've been a cranky bastard. I really have, and just no filters, just loosing stuff off. Thank you, Nicole, for the super chat and welcome. And there was somebody who said, False Wing 7235, what are my zodiac signs? I'm not sure. You're going to have to tell us what sign you are and we'll figure it out. You know, when were you born? And then we can tell you.
I'm not running a natal chart. I don't.
No. But if you tell us roughly when you're born, we can tell you where your sign is. No problem at all. But welcome to our channel and please consider subscribing because we don't suck.
All right,
we'd like to be less.
Savannah's saying something.
What's Savannah saying?
I don't know. Nicole gave us a super chat, so that's cool.
Yeah, and Savannah's wishing Nicole, saying hope she's feeling better because I know Nicole was poorly.
Not feeling very well.
Was poorly.
Yep.
So yeah, hope you're feeling better too, Nicole. Nice to have you back on the channel. Welcome. So thank you for the 2 super chats. We only got 5 more to go, peeps. Come on, you can do it. And the Clucks desperately need a new house. They do. We have to chase them to bed every night now, and it's getting tedious.
Well, they're just.
Really
I don't know that that's going to change.
I think it is because we're going to.
All right, I'm starting.
We're going to have these doors that play a
Gilda.
come to bed lullaby. You know.
Gilda.
Time for bed. Because the doors are now closing. Time for bed.
Gilda.
Time for bed. Time for clucks to go bye-byes.
Gilda. I feel like I want to say to you, things are not as they appear, nor are they otherwise.
Ain't that the truth?
And this may be a week where you kind of get to the bottom of something and recognize who the real difficult people are and who is only difficult on the surface because of circumstance, right? Everybody has a story we know nothing about. Some people may be behaving difficultly because of their circumstance and not being able to cope. And you don't want to fall into that category with them. So time for a little bit of a checkup and try to be understanding. It may be challenging.
Yeah.
All right, and
everything louder than everything else.
There.
Well, Sue Harris has sent us a super chat as well, so thank you so much for that, and we'll stick you on those for a card. And the Clucks are the Clucks are happy for you. Thank you. All right, so who do I got?
You have Susan.
Oh well, hello Susan. Let's have a look. See. Oh dear. Yeah. Again, this is this week, one. Man. this is a tough one. Sorry, I think you're going through some emotional upheaval at this present moment in time, but I don't know. There's a song I came across recently called "Affirmation" by Savage Garden. Now I'm
You're
old.
really on it.
No, they're really good. They're really good. I listened to a lot more of their stuff, and even though they probably started out as a boy band, there's an awful lot of emotional intelligence in the lyrics of the stuff that they write. And one of the songs they did was "Affirmation," and one of the lines in that song is, "I believe you can't appreciate true love until you've been burned." And sometimes things do burn us, and it's hard to let go of stuff that has occurred in the past, and you've got to be very mindful not to try and transition that into the present time. You know, what happened previously, it doesn't say that that's going to happen again. So be very mindful that you're not perhaps writing an end to a story or becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, because how you react to things, especially that get you emotionally, can either make things good or can just further exacerbate the problem. And I think you have a propensity, forgive me Susan, I love you to small pieces, but I think you have a propensity to be emotionally triggered. So maybe just take a step back, and especially where it comes to matters of the heart or matters of personal self-esteem and all that kind of stuff, because these are deep-seated emotional things. Try to take a step back and try to be more circumspect if you can. I know it's difficult, but focusing on what's wrong isn't going to help you. It isn't.
Yoff.
Well, thank you, Helena, for the Clucks. The Clucks say thank you, and thank you also, Yoff, for that.
All right, Yoff.
Pardon me.
I feel like the Wednesday thing is important to find a little downtime, right? because this guy is sitting here meditating, and just if you could do something on Wednesday that feeds your soul in a good way, that would be a good thing. Fours are foundation, so I feel like something that is going on with you is really building a firm footing or a good foundation for you for the future. And, you know, I think we all need to try to enjoy a little bit of quiet time when it comes, because sometimes we don't recognize that we've been, you know, running around like a crazy person, and sometimes a deep breath is a good thing. So I think it's going to be a really good week for you of like building your foundations.
Actually, joking apart, Yoff, because Yoff has very kindly volunteered to come and give me a hand to deal with our unruly massive leaves that seem to... We manage, where we are on Main Street, all of the wind blows directly from the north and takes all of the leaves off all the trees to the south of us and blows it up, and it all swirls around in our yard, and we wind up with the world's supply of leaves, pretty much. So Yoff has bravely volunteered to come and assist me on the leaf blowing and tidying up front if we can. So thank you for that. But it is nice to be outside. I think being outside connects you with nature.
It does.
It can be very... Yeah.
Logan.
Sorry, who we got? Logan? All right. Well, Logan's card is looking at me here.
Ooh.
Ask the right questions. And sometimes the question will be answered by the querent.
On this again.
I am, because the High Priestess is extremely
She's not
guarded.
the Hierophant.
She's not the Hierophant. She doesn't just blab it all out. You need to ask the right question. And I think you also need to demonstrate your worthiness to her. She's not somebody who yields the mysteries willingly, shall we say. She's no, you know, you have to prove yourself worthy of appreciating the mysteries before they are revealed to you, if that makes sense. But this is a good card. It's a good card, but you might want to think about the questions you're asking a little more. Okay?
Peggy. Hey,
that doesn't suck.
This card is called the Soulmates card, but I think that word is kind of overused.
Often.
I see this more as healing through soul buddies. So I think you have some real good supportive people around that maybe you haven't been able to find time for a while. But there is an offer here of getting back with that tribe and being able to bounce things off of each other and help each other work through some stuff. So I see this as a very healing time and a very strong time for appreciating your network, appreciating the people on your wavelength, and through that appreciation also receiving support and appreciation. So I think this is a really good soul buddy networking kind of tribe that is going to help you achieve your long-term goals. So I think this is a very positive card for you.
What you give is what you get in return.
Jess.
Hello, Jess. This has got to be her card.
Oh dear.
Perception again. Look. I know. I think these cards are speaking more specifically about the current emotional cesspool that we've got going on astrologically. It is a difficult time. But understand your perception is your reality. How you perceive things does seriously manifest your reality, Jess. And we look at this card, and initially on the surface it looks pretty bleak and foreboding. We have a blindfold and bound woman surrounded by a prison of swords, stood on a tidal flat with a tide out. This does not bode well, or looks like it does not bode well. However, However, what I would say is there is not a single knot visible that holds those binds, and a simple shrug will cause them to fall away, thereby lifting the blindfold and seeing that the swords do not in fact ensnare you. You can walk the hell out of there anytime you want to. So it is not as torturous a situation as you are perceiving right now. Try to free yourself from the muck, so to speak. Does that make sense? Free yourself from, it's almost like you're stuck in the tidal mud kind of thing. And if you can just, just pull your shoes up and get out of there, you're going to see a lot different. When you turn back and look, you go, oh yeah, that was no bother at all. So you're very resourceful, you're very smart. You can find your way out of this perceived difficulty. Believe me, you can. And thank you, Susan, and thank you, Peggy, for the super chats. That has hit our goal.
And I apologize, but it's
stuff.
It is what it is, and I'm
We're
not
in
going
the
to
middle
let
of a Mercury retrograde.
F the tormentors not getting stressed.
No, it doesn't help.
Nope. All right.
Things are harder to do when you're stressed out. I should know.
Oh, Savannah.
I had a moment over the weekend. Not good. Not proud of it.
Savannah, a lot of times this card is about possessions. The brown color talks about actual physical possessions. But what stands out to me today is the guy's red hat.
Huh.
And I feel like you've got something going on, like a fire in your head. You've got some ideas and some kind of cause you want to take up, or something you're really working on. And I think it's important not to let other people take it unless you give it to them, right? You could have a fantastic idea and work out a way to do something and want to keep it for yourself. Or you could want to share it with others. But if you're not ready to share it yet, or you don't want to share it yet, you shouldn't allow others to take it and run away with it, right? You want to lead. You want to be the leader of the little army in the background, not the warriors chasing after somebody who took something from you. But I feel like this is some sort of intellectual property, or some sort of ideas that you feel like you've got now. It's like this burst or this energy and this fire in your head to take care of something. And do that. Take care of it. Don't let others bring you down. Donna.
Nil alligator carborundum. If I can even say that in Latin. Don't let the bastards grind you down. All right, this is an absolutely superb card. And this is for whom, you said?
Donna.
It's not bad. This card doesn't suck. 10 of Cups. It's a very advantageous card. There's much indicated. Are you getting bothered
it's
again?
It's okay. It's going to be
there
okay.
is much indicated
I apologize.
on this. It's okay. You got to deal with the business. I know these things. So this is really a very copacetic card. So I think what you're being asked to do is count your blessings. You see the rainbow. You can't have a rainbow without rain, but without rain you have no growth either. Yeah, floods can be heavily destructive, and the rainbow was the promise of, after God decided to destroy every living creature on this world, because he's a kind and compassionate God, by flooding it, then, the rainbow says, I'm not going to do that again. Right. Okay. Anyway, sorry, forgive my sarcasm. This count your blessings. Those mini victories are the things that if I find personally, if I can get like a mini victory every day, it really helps me, especially when outlooks are quite bleak and difficult, and we're faced with a liturgy of problems that is almost impossible to explain, because there's so many and so much builds on so much else. But if you count your blessings, if you look at what you've got to be grateful for, and you practice that attitude of gratitude, that I think subtly shifts things. So try to do that. Really count your blessings right now. I think it's important. It'll change your focus.
All right.
Ooh, you got Heather.
I got Heather.
There you go.
Down here I can see it.
Can't think of Heather without thinking of Alban.
Heaven?
Alban Heaven.
Heather. Ooh.
It's midsummer.
Listen, something you're investing in is really going to pay off.
Hey, that's good.
And I kind of really think this is a financial thing. Sometimes it's time, effort, energy, focusing, whatever. But I feel like this is some sort of decision to do with pensions or retirements or investments. And, you know, if you can hang on till the Mercury retrograde is over, then that's cool. December 16th is when we get out of the shadow. But if you have to make some decisions now, let them be the ones that are finishing up old business. But this really looks like some decisions you're making regarding financial investments are going to go really, really well.
Understand Mercury retrogrades are a great time to revisit,
Finish up old business,
stuff, to revisit things that you've
right,
worked
Helena.
on before. Hey, possibly a move in
Oh my
place
gosh,
for
you're going to move again, honey?
Well, you know, this is...
Or you're just going to rearrange your
Or
room?
maybe just rearrange some
Rearrange
stuff. Yeah,
something,
you could do that. But it is... I mean, we're not talking about massive moves here, because this guy's obviously navigating coastal waters because he has a punt. And you're hardly going to go across the Atlantic with a little punt boat, are you? But this is just moving around and understanding. Here's the thing. To move around in coastal waters can in itself be inherently dangerous because of the tides and eddies and all that sort of stuff. So a knowledge of the tides, a knowledge of where is good safe passage and where is going to be turbulent or whatever and could upset the boat is good. So I think this is also speaking about your emotional intelligence as well. It's not just a physical move, but perhaps a move to higher ground in your processing of information, and a realization that you don't have to be impacted by what others say, that what you think of yourself is far more important than what you think somebody else thinks of you. So try to think about how you think about yourself and try to recover that kind of emotional intelligence, and don't let the buggers grind you down, seriously.
All right, Cass.
Because they will.
They'll try.
They'll try.
Cass. What I love to point out about this card, Cass, is that the Hermit's eyes are closed. He knows the way. He's just lighting the way for others. I think that navigating this Mercury retrograde has been a little extra fun, and that you may very well have to take somebody through the Garden of Enlightenment on a little walk.
Oh no!
And remembering the details of what you want to say or how you want to say it will be important. You know, I think you've worked out how to present whatever this is, or how to reach the other person in a way that you want to. So don't lose your shit.
Easy to do right
and
now.
hang on to that higher ground, to
Easy
that light, and help somebody else see the light of the situation. And I hope that helps.
It does. Well, actually, the practical aspect of helping others helps oneself, you know. It's the master I'm uninspired. Well, go inspire others. Because by doing so, you align with that inspirational energy, if you will, which I think is a wonderful thing. Who do I have?
Laura
of the North. Grim up north, as they say.
Yeah, I don't know where our Laurie is.
I don't know. Our Laurie's missing. Perhaps she's at Dunking. Good card. Really good card. This shows the completion of the cycle, but again, the beginning of another one. The needle returns to the start of the song, and we sing along as before. Except you have now harmonized those opposing forces that we started out with, the Boaz and Yakim, the pillars of severity and mercy. You've now got both of those, and you've also got the as above, so below thing going on both of them with the little flames on each end. So you've amassed more wisdom than you give yourself credit for. So as you approach this next phase, be sure to refer back to the lessons learned. Hopefully they have been learned.
Learn them, they'll be repeated, right?
Otherwise they're going to get repeated. You're going to get a refresher course, shall we say. So seriously, go ahead and really focus on some of the stuff that you've been through, and I think that will arm you and equip you to move forward into the next exciting phase, so to speak.
All right.
Right.
Nicole.
I hope she's feeling better.
Nicole. Well, two things. Pay attention to dreams, the dream time, and allow yourself to have some authority. You know, allow yourself to be able to be important. This guy is all dressed in orange. He's aligning with that Martian energy, that movement action energy. And seated on this beautiful yellow willpower, confidence, independence throne.
Solar plexus.
So let yourself have control of some sort of power, right? I think that when we get stuck someplace, it's really hard to get our power back. And I think that this is about you allowing yourself some authority. And I hope that helps. I know it's not always easy, especially in this emotional climate that we have going on now. I see Lori, and you have Sue.
We have somebody else joined us. Is that Lori?
That's Lori White.
Oh, Lori White, yeah. She's down south. And
Yes.
we've got a lovely table from her. Thank you for the super chat, Lori, and welcome to the channel. Late, but hey.
Hey, that's 10 out of 10 then.
That's beautiful. Well, we made the goal actually quite a while ago.
So Sue.
Sue. Oh, hey. Pay attention. There's a lot of action going on here. This is a kind of Martian thing, but it's not as extreme as the Knight of Swords in this instance. But you'll notice the horse is up on two legs. He's lunging
Reared
forwards.
up, yeah.
So we're moving forwards to something. But this is like, it's almost like things could get quickly out of control with you if you're not, you know, the desire to act may overcome the plan sometimes, and we can approach things with a little too much gusto and zeal, and forget that we've actually lost our plot. So try to come back to the plot here. You're an old soul. I know this because we've got the 3 pyramids there. That's the dead giveaway for me. But Sue, try to just calm yourself and make perhaps slower but more methodical progress. I know sometimes we get frustrated that we're getting so little done, and we throw ourselves into something, but you can throw yourself in beyond the point of reason. I once had an old staff sergeant who said to me, the moment you get your hands on, you've lost control. And that's a point, because the moment you actually get your hands physically onto the job, you've lost control of the oversight. It's important that you maintain some distance so you can see what's going on and all the parts meshing together, so to speak. Because it's like when you get too close to something and too absorbed in the minutiae of what you're doing, you can lose the
So you're saying like if you're not the boss, you're the slave kind of thing.
Well, that's something you would phase, but I wouldn't put it out. I would say you become too focused on the task and you've forgotten what your task was, because understand no plan will ever survive contact with the enemy. So you start out with a great plan, but you're going to have to adjust that plan as you go because things change. We're on a continually moving playing field, so things change, and it's important that you maintain that oversight to maintain control of the process. I know that's a lot of information, but I'm sure it's making sense to you.
Well, let's hope. All right. So I have Lori. W. Oh, building something new.
Why not?
For you, I feel like this is coming out of a period of time where maybe it was Groundhog Day, where the same thing kind of happened over and over, and there wasn't a lot of like self-fulfillment. But this looks like you're taking up some real good work here and getting yourself back into the swing of something and using the tools in your toolbox to create something. So I think even though we're in Mercury retrograde, you're going to be finishing up some old business and getting some something established that you've been thinking about for a while. So Mercury retrogrades are a great time to finish up old work.
Absolutely.
But this does look like hands-on to me. Like you are doing all facets, right? You're creating and marketing and, networking and building. And I think this is going to be a really good couple of months for you, even though things are haywire around you. I think you're gonna come.
I love that word, haywire. It's all gone haywire.
It's all gone haywire. It's all full of.
Not entirely sure what haywire means, where it comes from.
Haywire is not nice. It's got those spiky things. It looks like this.
Well, this is like barbed wire?
Barbed wire, yeah. Wrap around a hay. Hold it together.
Why would you put barbed wire around hay?
Well, to hold it together.
But barbed wire?
Well, sort of. Anyway.
What do I know? I'm just not American. That's
haywire.
Obvious. Card of the week, please.
Card of the week. Boop, 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 boop.
Our survey says...
Ah!
Fuck. The tormentors.
All that dies shall rise again.
There is.
It is going to be intense. You may feel let down.
You may feel
betrayed.
Feel
unseen. Or you just may feel like you can't possibly take one more thing, right? Like when you're in a place where something is really bothering you, be it physically or emotionally or what have you, sometimes the tiniest thing is the thing that is, that makes the crack just explode. Why are you laughing?
Heather, she just said sweep, sweep, sweep.
What Absolutely.
If you were watching our,
if you're part of the ritual last night,
it's
All
it's
right.
worth going there. If you're a member of the Academy, please go check
All
it
right.
out.
So again, let's get back to this idea. You have 9 things stabbed into you. Ugh, you dealt with that. Ugh, you dealt with that. Ugh, you dealt with that. Ugh, you're recognizing that. Ugh, you're dealing with that, and so on. Sometimes the tiniest little thing is the thing that's going to cause the eruption, explosion, or meltdown, right? Like everything hurts. This hurts, that hurts, this hurts, that hurts. And then
something hurts more.
Then a tiny minor hurt happens. And it just makes you cry because you can't hold any more hurt.
The straw that broke the camel's back.
And I feel like this is kind of what's going on here. I don't think there is actually a death, but I think there might be a breaking down of something that you've been really trying to hold together. This is a week of big time pressure. Take some of the other swords out so that you don't have that eruption, explosion, or get to a place you can't get back from, right? We see the sun rising.
It's a new day.
We see the blessing. His fingers are doing the same blessing as the Hierophant. I can't do it in the mirror. There we go.
Can.
Same blessing as the Hierophant. Or you could look at it that his fingers are crossed and he's not dead. You're really going to need to work on lifting yourself up out of this pit.
Yep.
And not getting caught underneath all the dark sky. Right? I'm not kidding when I said I look at the astrology and I go, you have to be kidding. Right? Like, oh, we got this beautiful trine. Oh, and we have that conjunction and that opposition and that square. That kind of negates all the good stuff we were trying to find. It's intense, but we've known for over a year, we've been talking about this time frame where the actions that you take now have a long-term effect. Plan for the long term, right? I can suck this up today because I know I'm going to be able to use it in a positive way later. I don't know what's that?
Not a patient person most times, Law. I guess I need to slow down and think. Oh, bless.
Who's that?
Sue. She's obviously got a bit of a delay.
Oh, she got a delay. All right. Anyway, be strong and be kind. And be kind to yourself, right? Holding on to all these swords that other people have stabbed you with, not healthy.
Do
you have anything to say?
Yeah, I bloody do.
You've got 4 minutes.
I bloody do. I have a lot to say.
You got 4 minutes.
I had a bad week last week.
It may not be any better this week.
Well, no, I mean, I got to the point where I was pushed beyond breaking point, and some vitriol came out of my mouth, and yet I allowed myself to get angry, and anger is the thing that eats at you from the fecking inside. It does no good at all. It's you holding on to the hot rock, and I need to remember that. And yeah, I got 99 problems and somebody comes along and gives you another 10. Thank you, Yeah. And sometimes life is a bitch and totally unfair, and you're trying so hard to do your best, and it's like everything you try to do is thwarted by some fecking tormentor somewhere. Something breaks, something goes wrong. It's just, your plans go for a ball of chalk. When all the evils of the world were emptied from Pandora's box, the one thing remained was hope. The new day, hope.
A new day is dawning.
Have hope. Things are not hopeless. They are not hopeless. Just hope. Hang on to your hope, all right? And from your hope, you can then start to turn that into having only positive expectations, for want of a little cute.
Only positive expectation.
And that is what changes your reality. We manifest our reality if we allow ourselves to get drug into, as I properly and well did last week, to get drugged into everything that went pear-shaped, and was having this internal pity party and frustration that things were so effing difficult, and started lashing out at everything. And that doesn't fix a goddamn thing. I just burnt myself as a result of that in the kitchen, just by my stupidity, by my anger. I picked something up that if I would actually been in a rational, sensible, doing things slowly and methodically, wouldn't have picked it up that way. But, when you're angry, you do stupid things and you wind up hurting yourself. And so this has been a lesson for me this last week. And if you're watching and you were on the rough end of my vitriol, I apologise. I mean it not for you. I love you all dearly. I love our extended Magickal family. I love our friends. But I realise I've not been myself. And I think I need to work hard to recognise that. I'm going to rely on the wisdom of my bunny to gently try and tell me, hey, yeah, you're drifting into that dark place again. Because dark places don't help. So hope, all right? Hope. There is a break of a new day. Things are shitty. There is no denying that.
When it gets dark, all you got to do is turn on your light, baby.
Yep, because
be the light.
There's another adage which is morale Morale improves when the sun comes up, and it does, you know. In the
I
night
thought morale would improve when the beatings continued.
I know. Yes, the beatings will continue until morale improves.
Oh, that's
not work. No, that's sarcasm. That's really going to improve.
No, but
morale.
seriously, people,
Yeah.
you're not alone. Try to maintain light. Don't get sucked into the heavy stuff.
True.
And, you know, this too shall pass.
It will.
Right?
It will. We'll get through
So
it. One way or
just
another, we'll get through it.
Shields up.
It's
Logic.
It's going to be difficult, but don't lose hope.
Don't lose hope.
And try to be the light. Be the joy. You know, not the Debbie Downer or whatever. You know,
All right.
Be the joy.
Thank you all very much. We'll
see
you
you
on
later.
Monday.
All
Peace.
right. Take care now. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.
Bye.